Hello Gemini, welcome or welcome back to My Body and Heart Hour Therapy. I'm here to do the reading for May, beginning of June for 2020. Well, about a month from the time that you're actually viewing this. So I hope you're well, Gemini. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon and Rising signs in Gemini. If it resonates, it resonates, and if it doesn't, then it's just not your reading. Don't try to stretch it or fit it in. Okay, this one pops up as your current energy, the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Let's see, what is your challenge, my dear? The High Priestess as your challenge. All right. The Page of Pentacles is your focus. You have two cards as your advice, the Sun and Temperance. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And let's see what's the future energy for you, Gemini. And happy birthday to those Gemini born in... born in May. And it's beginning of June as well. So happy birthday to Gemini. So you have the Five of Pentacles as the future energy. Okay. And bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Cups as the theme of your reading, very much. This is the underlying energy, alright? So I'm going to start with this, the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups talks about like really tuning into intuition and to understand, to take the decisions that we're taking from emotional clarity, like having emotional clarity. You see this guy here seems to be pretty confused. There's many cups in there. You don't really know what's good for you and what's not. It's hard to choose. You know that there's danger in some and that there's gold in others. And there's a lot of confusion around this. And the point is that your mind is not going to help you there. There's no logical solution to this. But what you can use as a tool to help you move forward and discern pretty much what is it that you need right now is by truly feeling into it, like really feeling your emotions right now. This is Seven of Pentacles, of Cups. Seven is about the higher physical, and the Seven of Cups means maybe the influence of your physical world into your emotional world. And that's a big one, because of course, like, the reality that we live right now isn't very conductive of a lot of joy and happiness. It depends a lot on your personal story and preferences, of course, but most of the world is in lockdown. There's a lot going on, and it can get pretty depressing, right? And obviously we can be flooded with all kinds of fear-based emotions, and we may not have a lot of clarity in our choices. That's why your role here is to really feel through and engage your intuition that comes from your inner wisdom, that's not from your logical mind, that's kind of a few layers deeper. And you see, you've got the intuition there, quite clear, quite sharp, the Queen of Wands. But as your challenge is listening to that inner voice. So I think this is what you're learning this month, to connect to that inner voice and get in there, like really, really get in there. And don't push anything away. Feel, like really, really feel. And I know this is not easy. This is not easy. A way to work with this is to be really, really grounded in this process as we allow ourselves to feel our emotions, and we need to understand what is the the window of tolerance for us before we go into compulsive behaviors. It takes usually a clear decision to be present with what's going on, and maybe sit in meditation, maybe to really well, we're gonna go there into the actual advice, but there are techniques and there is a lot of like help out there to help you stay grounded to this process, what you feel, why you really taste into the feelings surrounding you, and allowing them to come and allowing them to go, allowing the waves of emotion to come and go, so you can take this decision from emotional clarity after you've been through the whole cycle of ups and downs, maybe once, maybe a few times. Okay, this is the theme of your reading. So you have currently, in your current energy, you have this Queen of Pentacles, right? And Queen of Wands, sorry. And the Queen of Wands, like, she's really connected with her intuition. If one queen is the most connected, it's her. Well, the Queen of Cups, of course, she's connected, but in a different way. Queen of Wands is really about the spiritual connection to the deepest wisdom of the universe, to the deepest wisdom of yourself. It's kind of like in between dimensions. You see, she's got the cat right there, and the black cat, which is symbolizing a lot of stuff in many cultures, but it's a very, say, witchy energy. Somebody who's like the cat symbolizes the ability to see between worlds, see beyond the normal things that we see in the physical reality. And also the cat symbolizes the fact that, you know, cats have this attitude of being pretty chill about pretty much anything. They're not gonna try to do a lot. They just like sit back and relax and enjoy the life as it is. And yeah, okay, they want food, they want comfort, and they want their territory to be respected. That's pretty much it. So sometimes we can see stuff that can be quite full of meaning and symbolism, and I don't know, we can see stuff about other people, about ourselves, about everything. The point is to just observe at this point. Like, really sit tight and be present with everything that you see without having to go into action, or without having to communicate everything that you see and notice. I mean, like, I think this applies generally when we see, for example, the shadow aspect of other people around us. We tend to want to inform them, well, look, you have this shadow, and they're just going to get defensive in these types of situations, you know, and the message is not going to go through. So sometimes it helps to just observe. And usually when we observe these shadow aspects in other people, it's we recognize them because we understand them, because we have them within ourselves. Maybe we made peace with that, maybe we didn't. So it's always good to look within and kind of like, you know, really make peace with all that is happening to you right now. Especially the emotional cycle. Check in with your emotions at every step on the way, whether it's related to other people, whether it's related to your inner story and narrative. Anyhow, as I said, the challenge seems to be the High Priestess. Challenging to really get to listen to that inner voice. I mean, obviously, this is what you're getting at. This is a challenge that needs to be conquered. Conquered. It's not really competition. It's something that you have the power to overcome. And as you really conquer this challenge, I don't know, not a better word comes to mind right now. As you really go through with this challenge and find that inner wisdom that again is like has to do with the emotions, because it's a number 2 and there's the moon here that is actually holding, you see, so this moon here, it's holding space for this lady here sitting on her throne. Sorry, it's not the greatest quality of this video, but it is what it is at this point. My tripod's broken. I'm using a very old computer which doesn't have the best camera ever. Anyhow, you see that there's the black and white here, and the black and white, and there's these 2 pillars that talks about duality, and the columns generally means the connection with the divine. So see, she has the knowledge of both good and bad, of both the dark and the light, of both the depression and the joy, all of that. She has space for everything. She's not preferential to one over the other. She understands that they belong together and they're two sides of the same coin. There is no white without black and no black without white. They need each other in order to be in comparison. They need each other in order to be a pair of opposites, basically, right? So that's where the understanding of this type of duality, and understanding that there's always two sides of the same coin, it's going to allow you to really get into the inner voice. This also is conductive of, like, it's giving advice of, like, really sitting, meditate, take time alone in reflection, go within somehow, go within and really feel your emotions, knowing that there is nothing good or bad, nothing to be rejected or nothing to be preferred over the other. Okay, you have the Page of Pentacles as your focus. So this is a type of a growth that happens naturally to you right now, and you can focus a lot on your connection with the body and the messages that you find in your body. See if you can feel your emotions at body level. That's so important, and it's something that really can be done if you have training in this. It's very natural to you. You know it already. If you've never heard about this, try it out. This is what mindfulness is all about. Well, mindfulness of the body is pretty much going to first ground you into your body, and I think that's important step in this focus. Like, before you even try to sit with emotions or whatever, ground yourself. That's what I was also starting to say when I started talking about this. Find the techniques that help you to truly ground. Go out in nature. Walk barefoot if you can. Run in your house if you can't go out in nature. Walk barefoot and really feel the textures. Take a cold shower or warm shower, something that's really engaging your senses. Burn up some incense. Cuddle a pet if you have one. Maybe you have a cat, that would be fantastic. That's a really, really grounding and really helping us to self-soothe when we go to lost in our emotional baggage. So I think that now connecting to your body a lot, and connecting to nature if you can, if it's possible for you to go sit under a tree, for example, or to walk really on grass, or I don't know, reflect next to chirping birds, things like that. That might really gonna help you get a different perspective. Sometimes, having this awareness of the physical body and of the surroundings, sounds, the smells, the noises can really, really help disconnect the mind and disconnect this stories that we build around our emotions, to try to make sense out of them, and then we can actually get to listen this inner voice. I keep looking at the cross on the High Priestess heart here, and I think that that's really important. Well, I don't want to go into the symbolism of the cross, because there's a lot of Christianity and whatever, but I just want to point out that location, the heart space. The heart space is the place where the voice will come through, actually. That's where, if you can move your consciousness down into your body, like really in your heart, and hold space for everything that shows up for you from there, everything will change. It's really, try it out for yourself. Try it out for yourself. Try to stay present and take a few breaths and really feel into your heart space, into your chest, into your heart chakra, and you'll see how the emotions they're still going to happen, but they're going to have a different effect on you. And you see, you have the Sun and the Temperance as your advice, and that's fantastic, because Temperance is all about like tempering out your emotions. It's all about like really understanding how this works. This is the alchemist, basically. Temperance is somebody who understands the nature of emotions, and in order to balance it out, he's trying out different stuff. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of this. You see, he's got the stethoscope right here on his head, like a scientist. He's not shy of trying different things. Okay, I've tried this particular technique for a long time. Maybe I'm a meditator or a yogi or whatever, and this has been working for a while, but maybe it's not working anymore. Or who knows, whatever coping mechanisms you had before in order to deal with your emotions. This is really time to be curious and to try things out, to try what works for you, try different techniques, try different times, try different inner dialogue, try different no dialogue, try maybe a bath instead of I don't know what, maybe go into bath sounds. See what works for you. Maybe staying in the garden, or actually just sitting at home in a corner and connecting to your body, that kind of stuff. It's really gonna engage your curiosity, and it gives so much information of how to harness this energy, the energy of the emotions. Once we actually start to work with it, it can be very, very important guides and transformative. We can use the energy of that emotions to move forward in the direction that we need. Once we understand what we really need, what we really want, what's our heart desire. And don't be afraid to dream big here. I think that's another wisdom from this card. Don't be afraid to dream big and to look at what is it that you really need. And your emotions will inform you of that. And the sun also tells you that there's something that will be revealed here. There's something that, has to come out. And I think these guys are coming out, actually, from the Five of Pentacles, which are in the future. But you need to create space for them, because these are the people inside you, the parts of you that you've abandoned, that you've rejected, that you didn't know how to cope with, parts of you that you don't like, parts of you that maybe your mother doesn't like, or your father, parts of you that you learned that you can't keep them. And it can be anything. It can be like, think about everything that has to do with what do we drag into our shadows, what do we put in there. It's what had been rejected from in our early childhood, and then we learn to reject in ourselves, because that's just not, we don't survive that way. So I think that you need to, in order to be able to do that, in order to be able to hold space for these parts of you that have been rejected, and that they're isolated and they're pushed away, and they're somehow like feeling like lost and so on, and make you feel overall maybe like this every once in a while, really isolated, like not being able to reach out, not knowing how to receive help, not knowing how to ask for help, not knowing what you really need, just being like completely lost in a sense of total abandonment and isolation. That's not really you. You're gonna see that you're not really you when you meditate and when you go in however way. And when you connect to the heart space, you actually find that space within yourself to hold these people, to hold these parts of you, and to hold them in compassion, and to understand that they are not as dark as you think they are. Whatever it is that you dislike so much about yourself, whatever it is that triggers you in other people, that you know that it might be an aspect of you as well, one way or another. So this is going to be revealed, and I think this is actually great. This is very empowering, and this is takes you to wholeness, like welcoming these parts of yourself back into the whole of your being, And with the sun here, also this is a good omen. I think that there's going to be like a joyful type of reconnection with these lost aspects of yourself. Maybe you will find again the childlike joy and that curiosity. There's a lot that's getting hidden in the shadow that has so much light, so much joy, so much we just hide in there because we just can't access it anymore. Okay, I'm gonna pull out an oracle card for you from our dear Rumi. It's a beautiful process here, Gemini. Okay, so this is Sacred Union. Look at that, Sacred Union. I'll read some of this to you. This is number 19. So 10. It's mastery that's reaching like some type of full circle here. Wait, where are you? Sacred Union. So the poem from Rumi says, only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Rumi. Okay, let's read. So you are to be blessed with sacred union. This union is of the lover and the beloved, the masculine and the feminine, that which appears to be... It's a union. I love that. The union of these ones coming back to you. Sorry, I just got excited there. Let me read first. This union is the lover of the beloved, the masculine and the feminine. That which appears to be opposite will no longer appear to be so. These two. There is a coming together that is destined and divine. You are to be swept up in a wave of such love. This oracle comes to you as a portent, a sign that which is to come, and also as a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within, or perhaps you have not used those words, but you have been attempting to find the balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take the initiative to set something in motion, when to put your body, mind and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. You have been working hard to surrender attachment to plans and how you think things should go. You are growing. This is your confirmation. You are evolving. You are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, more divine. The divine has been seducing you with love and beauty, and now in your surrendered state you are seducing the divine. The sign coming to you with this oracle is that of great love bestowed by the hand of grace. That what this means is there is destiny at play and matters of the heart. There is heart healing and a letting go of past obstructions, suffering or misunderstandings. You could say in a way that the great cosmic matchmaker has taken up your cause. If you are already in a relationship, expect that there will be healing of that relationship in whatever way needed. You may have no sense of how it's going to play out. It may result in a deepening of commitment to your lover, but it will certainly result in a deepening of your own commitment to love. If you are open to attracting a new and significant relationship into your life, perhaps a life partner, soul friend, or other supporter of your life journey, then the divine is hearing your call in answering. Let go of your grip. Do not hold on to a particular person, to a particular fear or fantasy. I like that with this here, the whole fantasy thing. Where was that? Instead, open your arms as if expecting your lover to run straight into them. For what could be more perfect than the divinely sanctioned relationship entering into your life? It will move you. It is likely through romance, but it could be through soul-satisfying partnership. The soul for whom you have been waiting, so your life path and heart-inspired work can continue to develop. It could be through the presence of a child, or even a coming together of your own inner masculine and feminine, so that you finally have a clear sense of your purpose in life and the means through which to take action on it, even if that action is to surrender yet again. I think that's coming from me. I think that by you allowing these parts of yourself that had been stranded, lost, rejected, to come back into place, and you offering them a seat at your table, enables more people to come into your life in real, vulnerable, beautiful connections, real relationships. Because we have these lost parts of ourselves and we reject them. We project them on the people in front of us, the people in our lives, the people we care about. And we expect them to give them permission to exist so that we can feel good with ourselves. And it can go also the other way, in which we reject it in them too, and we just see it in them and get triggered by them and so on. So I think it's really, really important, like that whole, whether it's the masculine or the feminine, you want to look at it, or balancing out certain dualities within yourself, is what's going to really open that heart space. This oracle comes with a particular piece of guidance for you. No matter what has been, what has succeeded and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there is only one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside, turn down your eyes, and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold, claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. That's really beautiful. I'm so happy to see this happy ending, in a sense, and beautiful reunion, whether it's internal or external or both. So thank you so much for being here, my dear Gemini. I hope this makes sense to you. If it does, please like, share and subscribe so more people can reach out to these readings. And yes, I'll see you here soon. Enjoy your month, and may our practice benefit all beings.